Well, good evening, all. It's Tuesday night, October 8th, I think it is. I don't know, it's all running together. I have started to think I'm losing my friggin' mind around here. I have never thought that I would actually think the majority of the people in this state have totally lost their friggin' mind, but it's not just them. It's people that come into this state just for a little short time. They all lose their mind. I don't know what's wrong with that. You know, I'm talking to people today. I generally try to talk to people every day. You know, whether they're drivers, they come in to get their tanks cleaned, or whatever. Feel them out, see what they're thinking. I can't believe how many dumbasses there are out there. You got drivers out there going over the road. They're looking forward to thinking that the Democrats are going to get in power and make their life easier. That they're going to get all this stuff for nothing and not have to work so hard. They all think Trump's a disease. Well, he might be, he might not be. Jury's still out on all that. Man hasn't even completed a term, and everybody's been crucifying him from day one, so he must be doing something right. I don't know. The more I talk to people, the more disgusted I get with the human race. People seem to think they deserve everything for nothing. They want a job, but don't expect them to work. Or if you do expect them to work, don't expect them to work at the speed you want them to work. It won't happen. Case in point, I hired a guy, what was it, a week ago Tuesday. Guy was an experienced tank washer. Knew his business a little bit. Didn't do it our way, but he knew business. Hold on, I'll be right back. He got let go from his previous company for a minor infraction, safety infraction. Corporate college boy saw him breaking the safety rules. Didn't cause any harm, got the job done, but he fired him on the spot. Well, the man got a glowing recommendation from a person I respect. So I hired him. I was looking for someone anyway. Was working good for a week. Came in Monday morning and quit. Decided he wanted to be a salesman at a hotel that his aunt owned. That makes no sense to me, but because 2 days before that, on Friday, he said, there's no way in hell he's going to become a salesman for the hotel. But I guess things change. I wish him well. It's really funny. You hire people, you tell them they're on a probation period, and they work like a bat out of hell, trying to prove themselves. The minute the probation period's over, they hit slow mode. They look like the Pizza Hut guy. Go to the freezer and get the box. Well, I don't know about elsewhere in the country, but my part of the trucking industry, we move on speed. Our job is to get the tanks in, get them clean, and get them out as quick as possible. Not where it takes 20 minutes to hook up to a truck, then 5 minutes while you look at the controls to figure out how to work the truck. It's an automatic, by the way. And then decide to slowly pull it into the bays. Then after you pull it into the bays, you got to put on a harness and hook up the lanyard. Then you got to go up and spend 5 minutes opening up the dome. I miss the days when we had no safety gear. When we used to do 100 trucks a day at a line out the door, you never thought they'd never stop. But to be honest, if we had those today, I'd still be at work right now. Because of a crew of 4, I got myself and one other guy that can put out tanks quick and clean. The others like to procrastinate. But that's neither here nor there. The point of the matter is, this new generation that we have created, by we, I mean all those old folks like you and me, because we didn't want our kids to work as hard as we had to. We gave them things that they wanted, not just what they needed. They learned the ins and outs of how to finagle their way to get what they want, like a snake. I'm really starting to have my doubts about the fate of this country if any of those clowns get in power. Talking to drivers today, they're talking, yeah, we need to raise the minimum wage. That's not going to affect the prices, anything else. The hell it's not. If you're paying a clerk sitting in a gas station doing nothing but monitoring the gas pumps and your ATM charges on it, he's going from making, say, $8, $9 an hour right now, while he stocks the cigarettes and the candy and all that stuff and says hello and good day and all that stuff. And you're all of a sudden jumping him up to $15 an hour. You think that gas station owner's going to take it into shorts? Not a chance in hell. He'll find a way to mark things up. These people that think we're going to create money out of thin air to pay for all this stuff, free medical, free housing, free food. Why don't we just give them all brand new cars while we're at it? And us working folk can keep driving the pieces of crap that we're driving now that we're having to spend all our free time buying parts for to keep it going because we can't afford a new car. Oh, it's a good idea. If we do that, then if we give them the cars, that'll put the repo companies out of work. Like the one behind me that's pulling in cars after cars after cars all fucking day long because people aren't making their payments. Or they go down and get one of those flashy, fast, hemi-charged cars so they can do a sideshow in the middle of the street and wreck it. Then walk away from it and go, well, I don't know what happened to it. It was in my driveway, but it's gone now. You know? There's so much fraud and embezzlement out there. No wonder our insurance rates are going through the roof. That's another scam. How many people out there have never made an insurance claim against their auto insurance? But how many are still paying a couple $100 a month or so just to cover their cars? With full coverage, because you know the guy that hits you is not going to have coverage. Because he went to the general online and got a little, insurance card, never made a payment. But that way he can show the cop, I got my insurance card. Out here in California now they got this rule: if you shoplift and it's not over a certain amount, they're not going to arrest you. It's a misdemeanor. It's a wonder we have any stores left. I was in a Best Buy the other day and I watched a guy walk out with something that cost, what was it, $399, a PlayStation or something like that. Walked right through the door, buzzers going off and everything else. Lost French and just looked at him. Yeah, we got his picture. We'll call the cops. Now, you think these thieves aren't smart enough to know, hey, If we stay under this amount, we stay out of jail. They don't chase us. We can sell this stuff at the flea market or online at Craigslist. We'll make money hand over fist. Or maybe it's just me being cynical in this day and age. Maybe I'm just too damn old for this country. I just don't understand it. People driving on roads like they have no brains. They're more worried about what's on their phone or who sent them a text, than watching where they're going. And it's not just the cars. I see it in the semis too. So-called professional drivers. They're more worried about what's coming in on their email or on their instant messenger or Twitter account, or tweeter account, whatever it's called, than they are where they're putting that 100 tons of machinery. When you see a truck going down the road like this, barely staying in his lane, in the middle of the day, he damn sure ain't asleep. And he's playing with his friggin' phone. I wish there was some switch we could put in everybody's car. To me, you got in the car, the phone went dead. My own included. Yeah, I like being able to contact my wife through this thing, make sure she's okay and all that. But if I'm in the car, that's why this is in my ear. My phone stays on my belt. It's not on the dash where I can see it. Because God forbid if I have to use the GPS, I'll read a map. Remember what those are? I used to buy them at a gas station. It's about this long. You fold them out, they become about this long, And you go, yeah, we got to go this route, this route, this route, this route. Yeah, okay, we'll get there. Come on, people, unplug for a little bit. Remember what it's like to be human. Don't fall into the trap of, the almighty Google or Amazon or Apple knows what you want to do. There's a friend of mine just bought a house, and it's one of those so-called smart houses. If he has that Alexa with Amazon or whatever it's called, or Siri with Apple, or Cortia or whatever her name is with Google, he can just say it in the air. Hey, Alexa, play this song. And every speaker in the house goes off with it. Well, he found out the other day just how annoying that can be. Because he had a commercial on his television, on his radio. And they were advertising how you can get Alexa to get their radio station. Or buy this. You just say, Alexa, buy me 10 pounds of potatoes. Next thing he hears, it's done. He's going, what? He looked at his credit card bill, and he was talking to his wife, and she says, yeah, I've been sending everything back. He goes, what are you talking about? They'd run up over $20,000 in charges in the last month, just from things Alexa bought for them because they said they were thinking of buying it. Henceforth, why you never give the computer your credit card information. If you can't use the brain pan, turn the phone off. You'll learn. It's like any other muscle. You have to exercise it. It's like common sense and decency. If you don't use it, you lose it. Trust me. This is California. They don't know what common sense or decency is. It's just kind of strange. I heard something on the radio. Bothers me a little bit. I guess the NFL is trying to become more, politically correct, I guess. Because now they're talking about having male dancers on the sidelines. Okay, you can go that far, but you can't make your players stand for the anthem. Okay, then what the hell good are you? I've said it in other videos, I'll say it again. Has anybody ever bothered to study history? Specifically the Roman Empire? You know, they had it going real good. People were happy, politicians were doing their thing. You know, the public was more excited about what was going on in the gladiator field, in the gladiator arena slash sports arena, than they were what the politicians were doing. And pretty soon everything got out of control. And lo and behold, what don't we have anymore? The Roman Empire. Go figure. Yeah, I read something on the internet today. And we all know how true everything you hear on the internet is. Something the Catholic Church, the Vatican said, the Pope said, that gun owners can't be Christians. Say what? Where the hell's that asshole cripe coming from? Because I believe in owning a gun makes me not worthy of being a Christian, or I'm not allowed to be one. Well, wouldn't you say the same about all your pedophile priests? Oh, wait a minute, that hasn't been proven in a court of law. But you can sit up on your pulpit and spout crap like that to the world? And people wonder why I'm cynical about churches. Now, before you get on your high horse about how I'm anti-Christian and atheist or whatever, no, I'm not. I'm pretty much a Southern Baptist. Do I believe in going into church? Hell no. Every time I've been in a church, all they really want is money. Kind of like those televangelists. But I was also taught by my granddad, you got Jesus and the Lord right here, you're good to go. You don't need somebody sticking his hand in your pocket going, well, you have to pay me money if you believe in God. Send me money so I can spread the word, my brothers. I can spread the word of God. Well, I fly in my private jet and live in my mansion on the hill. But you just keep sending me those checks, $5 or $10, and, we'll get the word spread out to all the heathens out there. Then a shocking bit of news, they're trying to ban Alex Jones, InfoWars, saying he has hate speech. That he's violated their terms of service. Who the hell hasn't violated the terms of service on Google, YouTube, Twitter, and all the rest of them? As far as his hate speech, he speaks his mind. Do I agree with him? 9 times out of 10, no. But I don't agree with anybody. Do I agree with the mainstream news? No, not really. But I watch it. I like watching all these little bits of information because it gives me a kernel of truth in everything. You have to have a kernel to base the conversation. But that's a slippery slope we're running down. If they can shut him down, why can't they shut everybody down? Your grandma could be sharing a recipe with somebody across the world, and oh my God, she said raisins. Oh, I don't believe in raisins. We're going to have to ban that in their conversation. You're shut down, flip that switch, and you're gone, lady. People, open up your eyes. If you're going to use the internet, open up your brain, open up your eyes. Don't just follow like sheep going off a cliff. It's country's going down a bad road if it does that, people. They're already trying to pit us all against each other. You get the right hand fighting with the left hand, they don't know what's going on around them. Just wake up. Smell the burnt coffee. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and grow a pair. Start living your own life thinking for yourself, not the way the big brothers of the world want you to think. Take the facts as you find them, base your own feelings on them, not on a 30-second news burp. Or just because the newscaster has a good set of tits, or looks like he's been perfectly Adonis made for you, and he's in love with you with his, $50 million smile. Quit going for the show and the go. Start using your brains while you still have them. Because if this keeps up, we're all going to be walking around like idiots with drool coming out of our face going, no, oh, what's the government going to do for me next? Oh, I want something. I see something shiny. Oh, shiny squirrel. I need a squirrel. Makes no sense, people. Let's all grow up, start acting like the adults we're supposed to be. Use your brain. Exercise that biggest muscle in your body. Think for yourself. Don't let them do your thinking for you. If you like this video, tell me so. If you don't, tell me so. You want to comment? Comment. You want to send me an email? Do it. I'll answer it. redneckrebel1956@gmail.com. As always, if you have the wherewithal and able to do so, find yourself a veterans organization to help the returning vets and to help the homeless vets. I'm a firm believer in the fact that we should not bring anybody else into this country, homeless or otherwise, until we start taking care of the homeless problem in our own streets. This is America. This is not a third world country. There's no reason in hell that we should have tent cities in every city of this country. As for the ones that are still serving, still in uniform, I salute you. May you come home hale and hearty, and may we give you the honor you deserve. For tonight, this is the rant from the redneck. We're out.